Welcome to the agenda as we look at the big four issues facing Collingwood in the big matchup against the Tigers on Thursday night. And we also have our favourite segment, Monday Moments. Yes, it's back. With me from the Herald Sun is Jay Clark. Jay, let's look at last Friday night. What did you make, particularly the midfield?
Well, the on-ball performance, Chriso, was outstanding, really. When you come up against the Dogs, clearly the number one stoppage team in the competition, it was a pantsing in there. I mean, 18 more inside 50s, 18 more clearances against the Dogs. So Pendlebury, Adams, Chalor, Sidebottom, absolutely outstanding. Got so much of the footy, and it was a big test.
Well, that's great, but so why didn't we score?
It was the ball use, particularly inside 50. For example, Blair missing Fasolo, opening a Paddock first minute in the game. Varco missing Cox with that lateral pass. Crisp also inboard, got chopped off by Boyd. In that first quarter, they had a lot of momentum. Kicked 2 goals, 7, so it was that conversion inside 50 and the ball use. Now, that's something that Collingwood over pre-season's actually done okay from when I've seen it. But on Friday night, there were some really poor entries inside 50.
But the message is, get the foundation right in the midfield, and at least it's a good starting point. It just needs to clean up a few things.
Yeah, and that was really encouraging. So I think the foundations for the performance at the weekend was strong. Just the execution, Chriso.
You're out of time. Your minute's up.
What about defensively? Because these offensive mistakes cost the Pies defensively.
Well, I think the key thing was not so much the defence over the entire game, but when Collingwood hit the front at the start of the third quarter, 5 consecutive goals were conceded. Now, the first couple were a little bit of bad luck. Ramsey should have taken the ball over the goal line, conceded a goal there. But the last 3 were as consequences of forward 50 turnovers, easy exits by the Western Bulldogs.
And they got on the rebound.
But structurally, I think our defence was actually too high. So we had the combination where a turnover in our forward 50, the Bulldogs were able to whip it away really quickly. Our back's too high. All of a sudden, 3 easy goals. In 2 minutes, the Bulldogs kicked 3 goals, and all of a sudden, bang, the game's blown open. So 5 consecutive goals conceded. You can't allow that to happen in a game of football.
And the Pies got too far, or sucked up too far. Well, it's a big game this weekend against Richmond, Chriso, because the following week, Collingwood plays Sydney at the SCG. We know how hard that's going to be.
Can we just get to Richmond and not worry about Sydney?
Well, only 2 teams in the last 10 years have played finals after going down 0-3. Carlton in 2013, North Melbourne in 2007. So the consequence of the first 3 games, the ramifications are absolutely massive. Richmond, much improved outfit. We saw them on Thursday night. Prestia, Nankervis, Caddy really beefs up that on-ball department. There's a guy called Dusty Martin as well. So, look, I'm expecting Richmond to be so much better. Elliott, will he get up? I don't think so. He faces a race against time. I'm not sure. And guess what? Your Travis Varco is in big trouble. You've got a big decision to make here because Travis Varco flatlines Luke Dalhouse. The contact was made high, and you got a big call, low impact. He gets off with a fine, or medium impact suspended, Chriso. This is on your shoulders. What are you going to do?
Well, I can't comment on the case. All I can say is that if you elect the bump and you hit someone in the head, then you're liable for the consequences. So that's going to be a decision.
This is on you, later. Collingwood fans. Email him, Twitter him. Hey,
time's up. Time's up.
Now,
I want to put something to you. Richmond. No Martin, no Richmond.
Mate, he was absolutely outstanding. Got 3 Brownlow medal votes against Carlton. Thought the Carlton midfield was a little bit unaccountable, though. How should Collingwood play him?
I don't think they can.
What are you talking about?
Well, he's a superstar. I'm not sure.
They're just going to give up, are they?
No, look, I honestly...
Who's the matchup?
I think probably Crisp in the midfield, but the problem Collingwood have is that the person who takes him in the midfield can't take him when he plays forward 50. So that's got to be either maybe Maynard, who can match body strength.
No way. Overhead. Well, Goldsack when he goes forward, maybe. What about Adams as he pushes midfield and sort of goes forward? You cannot leave him... He could have had 6 goals against Carlton. No. He had 4 goals and kicked 2 off. So I think maybe Adams, maybe Crisp, maybe Goldsack. It can't just be one guy.
Okay, let me put this to you. If Collingwood can hold Martin, can they win the game?
Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt.
He is the key, isn't he?
Yeah. Nankervis is a lot better in the ruck, so Collingwood's on-board department isn't going to get the free ride they did against the weekend.
Time's up.
Would you say no Martin, no Tigers?
I think we just keep our fingers crossed with that. Well, time now for our Monday Moments, our favourite segment of the week. Jay, kick us off.
Chris. So history's going to remember this as a fantastic goal from Adam
I
Treloar.
knew you'd pick this.
But I want to draw your
knew you'd go
attention
for the
to
glory.
this handball from Taylor Adams. So well done, Treloar. Here comes the second effort. But look at that hard handball from Taylor Adams. Releases Adam Treloar into space. He gets on the burst as he does so well. Long goal from 50 metres. That's why we think he's a future Brownlow medalist. But look at this from Taylor Adams, the hard man, new vice-captain. Head in the hole, under liver. Handball over to Adam Treloar, who releases into space. Now, 12 tackles Taylor Adams had the other
12
the other
tackles?
night. He was outstanding. Well done, Taylor.
Now,
what have you got?
Well, speaking of tackles, I've got the double tackle. The
Yeah.
great chase down from Will Hoskin-Elliott
Yep.
and the tackle from Tyson Goldsack. Now, Suckling, open forward line, looking to get onto his left, but Hoskin-Elliott drags him down. Then Goldsack was able to drag Crameri down. Outstanding double tackle, and the free kick awarded to Tyson Goldsack. That is my Monday moment.
Good tackle.
Defence wins
good
matches,
tackle,
mate.
Will Hoskin-Elliott, pretty sure that might have been his only tackle for the game. So good one to
Well, it
highlight.
was a good one.
But he could get better in that area. I want to be honest about that. So your Monday morning moment was okay. It was pretty good.
Thank you, Joe. I'm appreciative of your
Big
endorsement.
game.
It's a massive game against the Tigers, and I reckon if we can get over this, a bit of confidence perhaps. But that's all we've got time for on the agenda this week. We look forward to your company next week. Go Pies.